Okay.
Okay.
So I guess I can go first, right? I wanted to respond.
Yeah.
So I just want everything to be as simple as possible and straightforward as possible. I feel like, duplicating information, doing things multiple places is against policy because, everything should be in one place, or be linked, so that you know where to find the information. So I think the best way to do the updating, the logging is that should be part of responsibility organizing. So if you're going through responsibility organizing and you complete something, then it's like, remember to log this in the workers organization spreadsheet so that everybody else knows what's going on and update the team, right? So if you don't complete the work and nothing happens, then just tell the team you didn't complete it. There's nothing to update, right, in the worker organization spreadsheet because you didn't do the work, right? You didn't complete it. Or if you completed half of it, then to do that. But the point is that it seems like that would be a step in the responsibility organizing as opposed to a policy, a separate policy.
Right. So in the responsibility organizing, we always have update the team, right? Do update the team, ask some worker to review, and double check your work, right? This is always happens. But let's say the point is that if you're working on responsibility, but you don't complete the responsibility, you don't get to the step where you need to update. You know what, Jay? I was thinking now during the break, maybe to make it simple, right? Make it very simple.
Time to pause.
Right, for a second, pause. This could be also. We could also do something simpler, right? We could relate this to our management status report priorities, right? Where we would just have a one spreadsheet for all the priorities that we have into the management report update of every 2 weeks, and the policy would be that you are required at the end of each work to just do a quick update to the team on Discord for your work, right? Because it doesn't need to be the step of the responsibility organizing where.
But isn't that what we already do? Like everyone just does a quick update on Discord on what they did?
Yes, but this is not something that always happens, right? But yeah, we do that most of the time. But the point is that then we cannot make assumption that people are actually have read it or have really taken the time to get updated on where you are. So make it a policy that even though you're not in a step where you're required to ask a team member and make an update to ask a team member to do a review and the verification on the policies for the work, like any work that you do that could be also self-driven work, especially, you are required to do a little update on what you do regarding the responsibility organizing. Like I got to step this in the responsibility organizing of this process, and then you just do a quick log of this communication into like this spreadsheet. That is this spreadsheet is one spreadsheet which is mirrors the priorities that we are updating in the management report. So this wouldn't be duplicating anything. This wouldn't be requiring also to have like this spreadsheet with super updates on what's going on and what's not going on. Like a very easy policy that just says at the end of any work, you are required to do a little update, whatever you did, to the team on Discord, and then you're required to log this into this management worker organizing spreadsheet. So breath, inhale, exhale, relax. Inhale all together. Exhaling.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, again, it's just all about the duplication, right? So it's like, I am perfectly fine with saying, okay, instead of logging it in Discord, you log it into the spreadsheet, and that's that, you know? But I kind of like it in Discord too. So we need to decide one or the other. I don't see why you would do both, right? So we want to do the spreadsheet into Discord, that's fine. The original goal with the Discord is that it automatically linked into Twitter, into Facebook or whatever. That could be another thing we could do, is like, you know, get our Sensei and social media models going. But in the context of the foundational understanding of the goal, right, is what I want to make for sure is really, really clear, is that for me, the most efficient and effective way to transmitting information to the next worker who's working on something is not a spreadsheet, and is not Discord, and is not asynchronous. It's jumping on the call with the other person and talking to them and getting on the same page, right? So I feel like, you know, that should be the policy, you know, like that the most efficient, effective way to collaborate together on something is to meet in real time on Jitsi or whatever, and communicate about what the next steps are and what happened and what else needs to happen. Like for me, that's the highest level. And then it's like, okay, if their async needs to happen, this is how you deal with the async, right? And the async is never as efficient and as effective as real-time communication on a call.
Yeah, but for example, if I wasn't there, I found out that I always take that example that happened, right? I mean, the last thing, one of the last things I did before checking out was telling the vote for the base token team verification proposal. I said, okay, the proposal passed. Then I said, okay, value team, next account. Then the team meets in Hydra. They get organized. They do two buddy teams. One buddy team is working on payrolls, and they work on the bonus upfront setup. So how do we? And if I would have been there, if I would have been there real time, I would have jumped in the middle of the situation and say, no, guys, stop what you're doing. The next responsibility, the next work we need to do. 5-second pause. So maybe what we can do, Jay, is to make it simpler. So also to not duplicate, right? Because I mean, the responsibility organizing, when you finish a responsibility, or at one point, depending on the responsibility, there is steps where it clearly says update the team and ask for review, double, triple check. What we could do in this case is just creating a new I don't know. I mean, because we're already linking the nodes, right, in the team spreadsheet. So this could also be in the team spreadsheet. But also, I'm saying to make sure that before you start work, you're sure. I mean, not sure, but I mean, we have a good high probability that there is a policy that tries to make sure that the workers are on the same page and know what's the work that needs to happen, without assuming that they have been read the updates on Discord or or that nobody that needs to be real time is there to. I mean, there's a place. It can be a very little thing, right? So maybe just a sentence. You need to write in this like general spreadsheet for the work updates that can be divided into systems or teams or trajectories in this case. Yeah, I mean, trajectory is the best.
So
Sub-trajectory or segments.
For me, trajectories is a great model for how we do the trajectories. So for me, the question is, where does the responsibility that you're working on fit into the priorities of the team, right? And this could be the process, the management, or a priorities list, or the steps within a responsibility, wherever, right?
Yeah, and this happens when you get organized.
Yeah, and so the key thing of being organized is for each worker to understand what they're currently working on, what was just worked on before that, and what would be the next priority afterwards. Because as long as you understand what happened before and what happens next in relationship to what you're currently working on, that should all fall into place, right? So
correct. So what
time to stretch.
All right, 30-second stretch. 30-second stretch. So
yeah, so what you just said is great. Yeah.
What concerns me is that what I want to do is I want to train workers to be problem solvers, to be empowered, to be able to be flexible and address the situation no matter what the situation is, right? So what concerns me is that if it's all just like, okay, it's all in this one spreadsheet, okay, it's all in this one Discord channel, okay, it's all in this one place, right? It's such a limitation to empowering a worker to be as successful and functional as possible. So if we're training a worker, it's not like, okay, I understand relationship to a task, right? If we're assigning a single task and they have no responsibility, then that's perfectly fine. And that would be for like volunteers and anyone who wants to take on, like, eventually, if we have all the money in the world, we could hire people for management, we could hire people for doing the normal work and the responsibilities, and then we could hire other people who literally just do tasks, right? Or volunteers, whatever. So a task, it's like, yeah, do exactly what you're told, that's what you need to do. But when someone takes on a responsibility and they're like a normal worker, they should have the flexibility to make the system work for them, So what I like about, worker organizing and having these three components of worker organizing is that it creates a lot of flexibility. It creates a very specific policy, but there's flexibility for each worker to meet that policy and each team to meet that policy in the best way that works for them, right? Because different teams do slightly differently, right? So for me, it's just like, in the trajectory model, you need to understand where you came from, what you're currently working on, and what you're working on next. Like, what is next?
Correct.
And if they do that, they should be empowered to be able to get all the work done that's possible. And if they don't have it, if they don't know what was just worked on and what is going to be worked on next, then they need to stop and they need to start asking questions, right?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, I agree with you. What should happen and what could happen in the future. But I mean, for now, we are a small team, and I would like to make sure that whenever work is happening, it's efficient work that's moving us forward. 5-second pause.
Time to pause.
So I think that it's great, the questions you made, and we should start from there, right? Answering questions. So what are we working on? It's something that already gets addressed because before the BT, you get organized. All right, we're working on payrolls.
Yes, existing.
Yes.
Policy. So line 57 is existing policy.
Yeah. So what are we working on? It's perfect. And my problem is where are we with the work? because the problem is, let's say somebody worked on their own time on the same responsibilities, that these workers are now starting to work in the BT. And they maybe work half an hour, 1 hour, and they just worked on a couple of steps in the responsibility organizing. There was no clear output, so they didn't get to a step where it says, all right, now stop and get somebody to review it, verify, right? So my point is that how can we answer the question that we are sure that the workers, they get organized, they know what they're working on, they know the process, and also they may know the right responsibility, but maybe within that responsibility, some work has already happened. And maybe the worker did or did not update the team, or they missed the update from the worker. I don't know. But how do we make sure that at least you do a little log somewhere of the work that you did, any work that you do? It's like a policy. Any work you do 5 minutes on something, you can write just a sentence somewhere that says, okay, I worked on step 3 of responsibility 0, or I worked step 3 to 5 responsibility 0.
Well, isn't that what the worker storytelling is?
Right, the worker storytelling, it's not the update of the team. Worker storytelling is the storytelling where we are telling our stories, right? But let's say the worker did not do the storytelling, or the storytelling hasn't happened, because especially because it was self-driven responsibility. When we do self-driven responsibility, we usually don't do storytelling, right?
But the worker storytelling is required, and we always make updates on all of our worker communication channels. Like, I don't know. I mean, why?
Time for breath.
I'll just say that, maybe we could just make it clear that it's required policy to update Discord in the correct channel with what you did. Like, maybe that should just be policy. That's fine. Breath. You guys want to do the breath?
Yeah. Inhale, exhale, relax. Inhale all together. Exhale.
So why not just say, like, you just do an update on the correct Discord channel based on the work that you're doing, so that people know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. That would great. But I also would say, where are you logging this? Are you in this? Could be in the specific server. Like we have the value server, we have the EVAL servers, we have all the servers, right?
Well, they're called channels.
No, I'm talking about the actual servers, the other servers.
All communication of the team must happen in the FQN primary, like Discord. That's where communication happens.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm saying first you do the update in the communication, the public server, and then you just copy and paste the link into the responsibility, into the channel for the server. For example, let's say you work on base token accounting, right? So you do the update alone on my time. I work on base token, so I do the update to the team, right? I say, okay, I worked 1.5 hours in accounting. I worked responsibility, which is responsibility 4 for base token, I guess. And I did step 0 to step 3. Boom. Then I copy and paste this link. I go into the value server of Discord. I go into base token process, and there is the accounting, right? Responsibility accounting, and there I log it. Boom. I link it there. Something like that,
I mean, it just seems very, very detailed, very specific. It's not a full duplication because you're just copying a link, so that's good. But my concern is just like setting up another policy that no one's following.
I know. I mean, even just saying that a policy should be that you always do an update to the team in the channel, I think already would be very beneficial.
Yeah.
And just then train people to be sure that they 5 second part. And then, yeah, I mean, we can, as you were saying before, train workers to be sure that, I mean, they try to, when they do work on payroll, they go into the value channel and they look for updates, because we know that these updates are happening, needs to happen, the policy.
How about we just make it, a guideline in terms of this is the guideline you should be following, and like have it clear what you're supposed to be doing. And just make sure it's, because like every situation is going to be slightly different. And there's going to be times where it's going to be difficult to copy and paste the links in every single location, like in a hurry, whatever happens. And it's just like, for me, what is the top priority is to be communicating with the team about the work that needs to happen. And sometimes things take time, but that should be the priority is communication and coming to the main session and coordinating together as a team.
Yeah. No, I agree that it's too complicated to do something that you need to log in the server there and there. That's too much. But I think it would be very beneficial to have a policy where it's very clear that every time you need to at the end of the work, and this should also go then in your tracking hours, you do a quick communication where you update the team what you've been working on and what's the next work that should happen. Like, even if it's not in the responsibility organizing that says that you get a step where you say, okay, now make sure that you update the team and you ask a team member to review and double check your work and get it verified. I mean, any work that you do, anything that you do needs to be concluded with a little update to the team in the team channel with the criteria that says how many hours you worked on, what did you get accomplished, and what is the next work after that, something like that.
Okay, well, I mean, why don't we just get rid of the storytelling and just to do that instead? Because I mean, again, it just sounds like the storytelling to me. Like that's exactly what the storytelling is. What did you do? What did you accomplish? What are the next steps? Like, you're telling your story. Like I don't see necessarily the difference. So we could just get rid of the storytelling.
But no, because the storytelling, it says a story. It's a brief about the whole session.
Why?
And
why is it about the session?
The storytelling is about this whole session. In the same session, you may have worked on 3 different topics, right? 3 different responsibilities, or so you would need to do 3 different updates on the work that you did, right? In some sessions, we work on different processes, different responsibilities. I mean, the storytelling is just a brief overall. I mean, also the purpose of the storytelling is to be then public storytelling, right? Would become the public storytelling is also for the public to have a brief storytelling on what we have worked on for that session. But I mean, within that session, we may have worked on 2-3 processes, and may have worked on different responsibilities, different steps, and so it would be like specific for the work output. When you conclude a work on a responsibility, any step of the responsibility, doesn't matter what step you concluded. If in the responsibility organizing says or doesn't say that you need to update the team, you just do an update on your work quickly, and then you real time, like, while you're working, like while you're doing that. If it's a session, you do it real time. And if you're working on your time, you do that, and then you move to the next work that you want to concentrate on.
Yes. So I mean, I just feel like, and so you're saying like during the session, during like a work session or whatever, when you're working on something, in the middle of the session, you would update the Discord with the information before going on to the next topic. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in the middle. Okay, are we done with this topic? We are done perfectly. So let's update on the output of the work we just did quickly. Let's do the
So,
update.
I mean, what I hear there is I hear the sensei model, the segmentation model, right? That you encapsulate every single piece of work that you do and then package it and output it to ideally the public, but we can start with the team, right? So I think that sounds perfectly fine. And my request for that is that would just go into the training and the process for the buddy team work session. Right. So just like with the segmentation model, we need to update the entire buddy team process and update the main session processes to include the segmentation and the actual, information that's going out. Like we're not doing that, and we should do that. And so I think this is like the first step to that. That basically, here I'll write this down so it's clear. So line 80. After every segment, right? Each topic, each part of your work, right? And you stop. Stop after every segment, each topic, each part of your work, each responsibility, etc., etc., etc. Write up what you do and post it. That's pretty much it, right? So this would basically be like the beginning of the segmentation model. So the other two steps are obviously like linking and the value, linking and value, etc. Description, post, description, tweet, etc. So for me, you put all that together and you have the segmentation model.
Yeah, that would be an even better way to address this. Yeah. And maybe we can have a specific channel where all this happens, so that the worker.
Specific channel is the channel that is applicable to that particular work.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let's make it simple.
Channel that is applicable to the focus of that work, right? So in the public sense, you post it on the public channel that is applicable to that work. When we get our account set up and do all the whole sensei model and the segmentation model. For our teamwork, you just post it on the applicable channel in Discord or the email group if there's people involved in the email, or on the spreadsheet if it needs to go in the spreadsheet. So it just needs to go in the location where it's supposed to go. And we could start with this particular topic, right? We could say, okay, we just finished this topic, so now we need to, summarize it and update it. Where does the information go?
Yeah, and I would put like some very specific criteria, right? Criteria, you would say how much time you spent on it, who worked on it, and the responsibility, obviously, and the steps of the responsibility, and what's coming next. Maybe.
That's a lot of details. I think, again, these are all guidelines. It's like, guidelines and options of what you may include, right? And you list like everything that you possibly could include, and then they would do that. So, for example, for this particular segment, it seems like, but at the end of it, the output is
it's 8 o'clock.
The decision, right? So the decision and the actual proposal and the decision that's passed is put into the decisions channel if there is an agreement. That would be the output of this segment. If we can't get agreement, then it's just a proposal. So then it would go into the proposals channel. Does that sort of make sense?
Perfectly sense. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we would say, for example, would say main session main session, topic 5, the time we spent here, and the outcome would be these decisions that we passed, like one decision for now, and yeah. As responsibility organizing, in this case, we wouldn't have the exact responsibility. I mean, the responsibility would be session decision making, right? Decision making organized.
Yeah, so I mean, again, I think it's guidelines and options based on the situation. And so for the decisions channel, and you're updating a decision, you want it to be as simple and direct and clear as possible. So when people are reading it, they understand what the decision is. So I don't see anything wrong with how we update information on the decisions channel. Like if we add 10 additional pieces of information, you're going to lose the decision and people won't be able to follow it, which is against the purpose of the decisions channel. So on the decisions channel, you should only include the decision, and you can link the notes. And if they want to go look through the notes, they can, but you don't need to. Oh yeah, you could have the link to the notes or document. So it's like I just don't see why you would want to change the information we're already putting on the decisions channel, because it's perfect the way it is. It just has the decision, so everyone can see the decision and it's transparent. Because as soon as you add 10 additional pieces of information, you know, this was the topic name, this is the meeting, this was like how long we spent on it, you know, these are all the next steps and the other decisions we want to make. And next thing you know, it's just like the decision disappears and nobody's going to see it, no one's going to read it, and you're not going to be able to follow it.
Yeah. Yes.
But I can think of a lot of times where we do want to know the details with the next steps and the responsibility and how long it took and all that kind of stuff, which is perfect information. But for this particular segment, that's not the information that we need. Right? So it depends on what you're working on and whether or not it's applicable to put certain types of information into the description.
Yeah. I mean, it depends if it's also a buddy teamwork session or if it's a main session, right? That changes also a lot.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So it all just depends on the situation. Yeah, for what you're going to include. So that, which is fine.
Yeah.
I think Moon is here.
Hi everyone.
You want to check in?
I think
Yeah.
it's already.
The moon checking in or what?
Yeah. I'll let's check it. I'm at 3.5. I've been working on budget, payroll, worker criteria. Check.
Okay, so I mean, I think the proposal could just be something simple, like you know, after every segment, each topic, you post all this information. Proposal, and then the other proposal, if we want to do it, would just be well, there's the management one that we talked about. I don't know if we really need to vote on that since it's just really its own thing. But the other one is this one, right? The worker organizing, making sure you know where the responsibility is. Maybe we could just add it as a fourth category. So number 4 could just be, you know, stop after every segment and like post it, you know, as like number 4. So that could just be one policy.
All right. So we have how many proposals?
Well, I was just saying that you could do 2 proposals. Like if you did line 111, if you made that last part like step 4. So basically, 1, you make sure you have your priority work for the session organized. 2, you have the link for the information required for the session. 3, you know where your work fits in with the team. And then 4, you make sure that the rest of the team knows how your work fit in too, that you communicate with everybody after you do it, so everybody is informed.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, this would be a great proposal. Yeah.
And again, the management proposal is fine, but it's not really a policy per se, but it's fine to vote on it, but we don't have to technically vote on it. As long as there's no objections, it's basically automatic. Because it's just like an organizing thing, it's not really official.
Okay.
Because it just goes into the only thing that changes is our training. It changes the training specifically related to work organizing and the vocabulary used. So it's pretty minor.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, also we need to get organized on that. I mean, I think. I mean, my desired outcome is here. This is perfect. The line 111. Minimum worker organizing. Minimum, right? You meant?
Well, but
minimum?
it's not overall general worker organizing. It's for work. For doing work. It's minimum buddy team work organizing, because there's a lot more that goes into worker organizing than just this. We're just saying when you're doing a work for a buddy team, like when you're actually trying to do work, this is what you need.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is a good proposal for the desired outcome I wanted to meet. Minimum worker organizing to get ready. It's not really only to get ready, right? It's also because with step 4, it's also.
This minimum worker organizing for a work session with the following 4 things.
Yeah, I would add here in the guidelines who worked on it. Yeah.
Well, I think it all looks good. Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. It's straightforward. It's flexible. It's good. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's vote on it. So the proposal is minimum worker organizing for a work session with the following 4 things. First, what is the priority focus of the work session and what specific responsibility and goal are we creating output for? 2, to have the link and information required to achieve the work and work output, responsibility, organizing, link, etc. 3, where does the responsibility they work on fit into the priorities of the team, process management priorities, previous priority, current priority, next priority. If you don't know, then stop and ask questions and get support to make sure you're working on the correct priority. 4, stop after every segment, each topic, each part of your work, each responsibility. Write up what you do and post it on the applicable Discord channel. Right? What you did. What you did and post it on the applicable Discord channel. Guideline and options of what you may include is the description, the outcome, how long on it, details, next steps, responsibility, link to notes or document, who worked on it, etc.
Okay.
So I want to add one more thing here.
Yeah.
Which is that I want some vocabulary here so that it is easy to train and understand and keep it all clear, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to see here is, basically heading. So basically this is like your focus. You have your link, I guess, right? You've got your, I deleted something. Previous priority and current.
It was current
priority. So this is the trajectory. I don't know. Trajectory. And then you basically need to post, right? So it's like the four things are to focus, link, trajectory, post, right? So then that makes it easy to train people. Okay.
Correct.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. So, any questions on this proposal?
No questions.
No question.
All right.
None.
No. Any concerns?
None.
No, none for me.
No. Any objections?
No objection.
No objections?
No objection.
All right. So we have consensus.
I think it's great. It's very similar to our current policies. It just organizes and clarifies what we already want people to do. So I think it's great.
Okay. I'm gonna post it in the decision channel.
Yeah, and again, I think posting this in the decisions channel is following this policy. You know?
Yeah.
So the thing that we make, the biggest mistakes we make, decisions are actually an easy thing in relationship to this policy. The problems that we have is when we have a topic that doesn't have a decision, which happens all the time. We'll have a topic, it doesn't have a decision, it doesn't have like a final outcome or whatever, but we still need to take the time at the end of the topic to wrap it up, make a description, understand what we're updating eventually the public about, and then we post it, right? So that's what we need to improve, because this should be applied to every topic. And I wouldn't even mind changing the proposal from minimum worker organizing for a work session with the following things, and also say also applies to double team and main session topic outcomes. And basically just make it clear that this is for every single time we do anything, it is applied to this policy.
Yes. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So 30-second stretch, guys.
30-second stretch.
Yeah.
Did we miss a break or something, or
We missed the break. Yeah.
we missed a break? Okay, so I think we're ready to check out though, right?
I think we are. Yeah. I'm good.
For me, I want to check out.
Yeah, I think we can all check out.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to start, Moth?
Yes.
You want to
Okay.
start out?
Yeah, I can start. Okay. For me, I'll give the session 7.3. It was good. I think with me, I've enjoyed the last topic we had. That is for the provision and the proposal. I think the proposal we have just finalized on is a good one. That if we keep if we follow strictly, I believe we'll be able to have efficiency and it will be easier to move work forward. Very positive about it. What we'll work on next, just because I would like to ask if today it's at Hydra, will we be able to work on umbrella showcase website, because that is what we have. The one because the other schedule is for
Time to pause.
Hello.
When you say today, you mean later, right?
I'm asking if we'll be having umbrella showcase website at Hydra today.
The answer is yes, and because everything's a trajectory, we just need to go with whatever's the priority. So the question in terms of what the priority is, the direction we're going is that we're going to be stopping all the website work, and instead we're going to focus on the pipeline process number 1, which means
Okay.
that we need to organize the whole experience that we went through with SVG, right? And with the
Okay,
website
okay.
and everything. So that's going to take a little time, but that's what we're talking about doing next.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Check,
All right.
please.
Thank you.
7:30 is 17. All right, perfect. I'm checking it.
So, who wants to do it?
Who's going to go next?
I can go next.
Okay.
I would give this session a 6.75. The beginning was excruciating. Oh God, it was so slow and all these problems, and like the work hadn't gotten done, and the whole worker criteria management, I was not impressed one bitty bit. But I feel like, even though it was really, really slow, we did make progress, and everyone seemed to understand what needed to be fixed, and we went through the other responsibilities. I felt we spent a lot of time today on responsibility organizing, so I feel like we're more organized than ever before with understanding how the responsibilities are supposed to work, so that's great. And I'm really happy with our proposals that we passed. I think everything should be improving for the next month. So I think this monthly evaluation team session was a success. And I think we did miss 2 breaks in there.
2 breaks.
Yeah. And I will be working on, well, we have the main session tomorrow. I definitely want to work on the, pipeline experience model and get that all organized to process 1. I definitely need to be doing more on the assets and need to be working more on the payrolls. And Mamoon, you need to send me the T2ML when you get a chance so that I can send your back pay. And then we also have other budget and of course the CCC recruitment. Very excited about that. Check.
Right. So,
Okay.
Jay, one question.
Time for breath.
Right. Quick breath. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Inhale all together. Exhaling.
Exhale.
So, Jay, I have a question. The accounting support status update, did it happen or did it happen? I don't know.
I don't know. You tell me. Did it happen?
I mean, I did the work, but we never reviewed it together. And
Well, that's probably not good.
yeah, because we're probably not from Paystop.
You're an upfront pay stop?
Well, it was the last quarter moon. The deadline was the last quarter moon, which was March 15th, UTC, 2 a.m. So was Cobalt H2 or 3. Cobalt H.
We would need to
Sonic-
go over the criteria and cover the criteria to see whether or not the work was completed on time or not. I mean, I don't know what the criteria says.
It's Sonic 1, Alberto, no?
Yeah, it was Sonic 1. So basically 24 hours ago. Yeah, 24 hours ago.
Yeah, well, it's possible we are an upfront pay stop, but I mean, I would say it's policy tracking to bring this up at the end of the meeting as opposed to at the beginning of the 4 hours. And also, we went through the deadlines and nobody brought it up then either. It wasn't even on our list.
Yeah, can do policy tracking for bringing it up now, but what do you want? What can we do now?
Well, if we're on upfront pay stop, then we're just on upfront pay stop. So I'm just updating the list here, and we can address that. I can schedule again, maybe in like an hour or something like that. You can check in on
Okay,
it.
perfect. Yeah, I will.
A question, Jay, Alberto. If we are on upfront pay stub, we cannot ask for to run a payroll. Like
Correct.
I will ask for, huh?
Time to pause. Time
Like I
to
cannot.
pause.
You can ask, but it's I mean
Time to pause.
policy tracking to work on especially payrolls when we're
Yes,
on front page.
what I mean, if I ask to run my pay, for example, the pending ones.
So I need to get going right now, but let's check in a little bit on accounting and payroll in about an hour. Okay, I'll be on Discord. Okay, but
Okay.
I gotta go right now just because I have to get
Okay, there.
my okay. So,
Okay.
So I will check out Alberto next. I'm next. I'm
Okay.
next.
Yeah, I'm gonna take notes.
I'm like 6.8. Like I'm glad that we were cleared about the worker coordination, worker criteria verification, and
Okay.
also in our what's that, the contentious doc that we did with Apple. Glad that we discussed about it, and also so we know where we're at, and to know where how to go forward about it. And also for the policy, yeah, I was glad also that we had a decision for that, for the policy proposal for the work organizing. And we're looking forward to work on what's the next one? The budget, but continue working on the budget, and hopefully payroll after paying everyone.
Okay.
You check. Thank you.
Thank you. Mamoon.
Okay, yeah. And I'd like to give the session 6.5. And yeah, I'd like to check with my worker involvement criteria with Joyce. I don't know if I already corrected my criteria. So Joyce, please let me know in the Discord what is still is there any problem so I can correct them as well.
Yeah.
Also, I need yeah, please.
Don't worry
Also,
about
I
it because yeah.
uh-huh.
No, I just want to say that we moved the deadline for this one
April
because
1st.
Okay,
yes, April 1st. So we need to
okay.
work out on some things, that Jay told us.
And yeah, yeah. Thank you. I understand. And I ask Alberto to just help me to send my T2ML. Actually, I don't. I'm pretty. I'm not sure how can I send them back my 71 T2ML.
With MetaMask.
Uh yeah, with MetaMask, but
I'll send you the address. Okay, the wallet.
yeah, wallet
I'll send you.
address.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna do it.
check.
Yeah. So I
And
give a session
MetaMask.
A.
Mhm.
Yeah, from MetaMask. You send it. Give a session A6. Sorry I was late, but I'm glad that I came. I'm glad that a lot of clarity has been made on many important work organizing and new proposals for better moving forward. And I'll be working on accounting support and payrolls with Jay, hopefully in about an hour from now. Check.
Alberto. Okay, if you're gonna work, I already updated the payroll sheet. What's that? Payroll FQ and payroll sheet. Because for now, that's gonna be my for
Sister Western Union.
no. I put a PayPal so it will come to me immediately from from a friend, from a relative, so of my
Did
husband.
you updated the spreadsheet where with the information you have
Yes.
access to the spreadsheet
Yeah, I have access. I have.
with
I
the
made,
with all
made a list.
the banking information of everybody?
Yeah, I have.
Are you sure? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna check that.
Uh, check right now if that's the one. And then
Yeah, I'm gonna.
yeah, I want to be paid to right this time with the PayPal because it's I did not fix yet my other payment method because it needs verification for 72 hours or you know. So and also the Binance I don't have Egypt doesn't have uh, 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 Visa card.
Okay, we can check on Discord. Now we're doing checkouts. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
you're just to check out. Yeah.
Yeah, we can check on Discord. I will check on Discord everything.
Yeah, but it might be already sleeping, so I'm just telling you now. Shall I be awake for the payroll or how?
I don't know. I will check on Discord. We'll check the management spreadsheet if you updated the information.
Yeah, it's the last one. It's
Okay, cool. Anything else? Missed couple of breaks. So policy track.
Okay.
Okay.
Albert,
okay.
I will ask you via Discord. Okay, if I need help.
Yeah, I will give it to you right now. Mhm. Okay, thank you guys. Who's doing the storytelling?
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Who's doing storytelling?
What I think.
Yes.
Moth, do the
Yes.
storytelling.
Storytelling.
Storytelling. Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you. God bless
Thank-
everyone.
Yeah, God
Yes.
bless
Tomorrow.
everyone.
Okay, tomorrow we'll just do in Discord. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.